I have a problem now. In the Christendom, there's this view that we are supposed to go to heaven. Is it really true like that? Are we supposed to be in heaven?
Well, thank you for your interesting question, which was a question that I used to be engulfed with myself some years back. By the grace of God, I just discovered my 1-year anniversary in discovering the truth, which is the kingdom of God. That means 1 year ago, I was also preparing people, teaching people, pushing people to go to heaven. But after discovering the truth, which Jesus said, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, I discovered the truth that number one, the people that taught us to go to heaven, pushed us to go to heaven, were religious people, were religious leaders, were religious bodies who succeeded in making us members of religious setups. That is what the English word calls sect. But Jesus did not come to establish a religion. In fact, the religious people in his days opposed him. Why? Because he was not a religious person. The reason why they opposed him and became enemies was because he wasn't a religious person. You see? So therefore, Jesus never brought religion to this earth. He brought kingdom. In fact, for God to make sure that the world did not misinterpret or misconstrued Jesus coming, the world was pre-informed far back the prophet Isaiah. That is over 2,000 years before Jesus even came. God made the prophet Isaiah inform the world that I will give you a child. So the prophet Isaiah said in Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6 to 7 that unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. On the increase of his government there shall be no end. He shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Prince of Prince, and then he shall rule in the kingdom of David his ancestors. Two words important here: government and kingdom. Government means government. Government means Jesus came as a political personnel. The word politics came from the word Greek politica. And what does it mean? It means a group of people selected to lead a society or economy or a nation to success. That is managing the affairs of the group of people or the nation. Therefore, if Jesus came as a government, then he's a politician. But his politics is not from the earth. His politics is from heaven. Okay? Now, back to the question. Going to heaven. No, that is not why Jesus came. Jesus even prayed and told his father that, Father, I pray that you do not take them out of this earth, but that you will protect them in this earth. Can you imagine? The man that came with this message is praying that they shouldn't take us out of the earth. And religious people are telling us to go to heaven. Can you imagine? Okay? He said that, Father, don't take them out of this earth. That means before you even talk about your going to heaven, God has already been informed by Jesus that don't take them out of this earth. So where are you going to? His disciples asked him, Master, teach us how to pray. He said, if you pray, say, Our Father who art in heaven. That means your Father, who is God, who is the King, is not on earth. It's in another place. He said, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. That means the agenda and the intent of God is that this earth will exhibit what is happening in heaven. So Jesus said the will of God in heaven must come to the earth. Okay, so how can we be running away from the earth when we are supposed to exhibit the will of God on earth? But definitely, because of the word of God that said to Adam, you will surely die, man must die at the end of the day after he has finished his mission on earth. And when he dies, he must go and wait somewhere. And where is that place? That is the heaven. But actually, in heaven, man has nothing to do. In fact, if you read the account of heaven, it is sad. John was given the privilege to know what is in heaven. And when John got to heaven, the angel took him round. If you remember John when he was in the island of Pergamos, where God gave him revelations. In heaven, he heard some people cry, "How long? How long? How long?" Then John asked the angel, "What am I hearing?" He said, "These are the saints that died." Then John said, "Why are they crying?" Then the angel said, "They cannot wait how long they should wait to go back to the earth." Can you imagine? People have gone to the place and they are crying to come back to the earth. Some people who are on the earth being deceived to go there. Can you imagine? So that is the big mess that I always talk about, that the church is a big mess. Christianity is a big failure, okay, on planet earth. And in fact, we are believing God to rescue this big mess that is leading people astray, and that is caused by religion. Okay, that is caused by religion. This thing I'm saying is found in where? Revelation
16.
Revelation chapter 6. Is it verse 10? It's verse 10, correct. Thank you for that. Revelation chapter 6 verse 10. It said, "And they cry with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood unto them that dwell on the earth?" Now these people who went to heaven are crying and calling God to judge so that they can be free. You see? So you see, this issue of our going to heaven is not a true, and it's not what God planned. God's intention is that we remain on earth here and conquer the earth. That's why the Bible says, "Conquer till I come." Why did Jesus say, "Conquer till I come"? Because Jesus, he will return back to see us conquerors on earth. What is it? That's why the devil even told Jesus that these kingdoms were given to me. If you bow to me, I'll give back to you. It means that God has intended that man will control the kingdom on earth. What is God's intent? God is a king, and every king has a kingdom. And normally kings with their kingdoms always are interested in extending their territory. So God was interested in extending his territory. That is how come he created the earth as a distant territory, which was called colony, under the word colonization. So God was the first colonial master before man was created. And he exhibited his colonization ideology on earth through man Adam. But because man collapsed, man failed, the colonization could not go on. But when he wanted to resolve man's failure, he brought it in the time of a colonization on earth, which is the time of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was the first best colonization, which was good for God to use to also bring about his colonization, which failed earlier on. That is why Jesus was born in the time of the Roman government. Let's leave that one here. Jesus said a statement which the religious bodies misunderstood. When Jesus said, made a statement that in my Father's house there are many mansions. If it was not so, I wouldn't tell you. Jesus didn't mean mansions as house. You see, the word mansion from the Hebrew word is talking about their levels of authority. There are different sets of authority. That's what Jesus was talking about. He wasn't talking about mansions as to house. Now, if you think he's talking about mansions as to house, how can Jesus say, in my Father's house, there are many mansions? Because a mansion cannot enter a house. It's rather a house that enters a mansion. Because a mansion is bigger than a house. So that is where you see that that statement is misunderstood. But rather, the true sense of that message, you can get it from the Hebrew. When you read the Hebrew of that statement, it says and it means, in my Father's house, there are different levels of authority. They are set up of authority. And that is what Jesus meant. He didn't talk about you. If it was so, when John went there, when he heard the voice, he would have also seen houses. But did John see houses? No, he didn't record. So going to heaven is a fallacy. It's not true. You are bound to die. You are bound to arrive in heaven because you have to wait for Jesus to return and make this earth again the way God wanted it. But you working to go to heaven is not true. Work to live on earth and fulfill your purpose. That is why God was told by Jesus, don't take them out of this earth. Protect them here and let them be conquerors. That's why Jesus said, conquer till I come. Thank you very much.
Okay, and a follow-up question. So what is our purpose on earth as human beings?
Well, everything God ever created on this colony, which is a distant colony from his kingdom, was created because of his intent. What is his intent? His intention. What is intention? His purpose. What is his purpose? His reason. He has a reason, which is the will why he created everything. That is why the Bible stated that he created everything according to the purpose of his will. Okay, so God has a reason why he created everything that we see, including human being, who is the most important in the creation. Okay, and what is the purpose of a human being is the reason why God created him. God created and said, multiply and have dominion over the earth. That means be great, be profitable, be successful, and control the earth for me. So God's intention is that a human being must excel for his God's intention or purpose. So you, a human being, each one of us have a purpose. We have something unique in us that God created that we all have, and it is unique to each one of us. In fact, my encounter in America, God made me understand that every human being was created to be great. Why? All of us have something unique in us. It is identified and confirmed by the thumb of our thumbprint. Our thumb has prints, which is unique to everyone. That's why what man is able to discover under security, under science, is to use human thumb for security. Because they know that no human thumbprint repeats itself. Even twins that are identical twins born on the same day, they have different thumbprints. And that is unique. For me, that is the evidence sign that God gave me to show that every human being has a unique thing in her or in him. For God to say be fruitful means he has given you seed. But why didn't he mention the seed? Because the seed is a secret. It's a secret. And he wants you to discover it. So that when you discover it means you are serious, you are ready, you are kicking to work, then you can be fruitful. So for God to say be fruitful means there's a seed in you. And that seed in you is what is called a purpose. Bill Gates discovered the seed in him, and that was his purpose. And that's why he became important in the world. Steve Jobs discovered the seed in him, and that is his purpose. That's why he became prosperous in the world. Every prosperous and successful person is a person who has discovered his or her seed, and that is why they become valuable people in the world. Now, when you discover the seed in you, that seed is needed and is important to everybody in the world, and that is what makes you great. Joseph discovered his own, and that became important to the whole world. Because every seed in each one of us is a seed that everybody in the world depends on for whatever. That is why you take, for example, the seed mango seed. When you are giving one mango seed, even that one seed they have given to you, do you know that it's a forest? Because if you sow that seed, one mango tree grows, it bears plenty mangoes. You sow those plenty mangoes, you get plenty mangoes, and you have a forest from one seed. So there is one seed in you which you also can multiply to become great, a multi-billionaire. Look for that seed and you'll be great. Remember, Proverbs 19:21, God said, many are the plans in a man's heart, but nevertheless, it is God's purpose. In other words, many are the agendas we are trying to put on earth, but it is God's seed, that plan, that purpose in him that will prevail. So why don't you stop your plans and agenda and look for that seed to prevail in your life and to make you great? No government can make somebody successful. No economy can make anybody successful. No education can make anybody successful. What can make a person successful is the seed in that person that person discovers and then makes the person great. God bless you.
Okay, Prophet, a follow-up question. You said that no education can make anyone successful. So is it wrong that we educate, we are educated, or what would you say to that?
I never said education is wrong. I never said education is not good. But education cannot make you successful. If education can make people successful, why are people educated and they don't have jobs? They are not employed. There are doctors who have no employment, professors who have no employment. Because that is not what can make you successful. Education is just a curriculum that human beings have created for themselves. And then the people go and learn societal fittings. I believe when you go to a school or you get yourself educated, it just trains you how to socially fit with other people. That doesn't make you successful. No. If that is so, professors will not be confused. There are many professors all over this world. They are the most poorest people. They are the most confused people. They are never satisfied. They know that something is wrong. Why? Every human being feels unsatisfied because they are not successful. That's why every human being is doing everything possible to succeed. Either cheating other human beings to succeed, either brainwashing other human beings to succeed, either deceiving people to succeed, because it is part of the nature of mankind to succeed. But the secret is that your success is in that seed that is in you, not education. Remember, education earlier on I have told you, it is concepts. Education are concepts. What are concepts? Concepts are ideas of individuals. And those ideas are information unproved. I repeat, information unproved. That is why the information we got about democracy from the Greek word demokrata came from Plato, Socrates, Aristotle. And these are ideas that they developed from democrata. They debated it, challenged it, researched it, and the world took it as democracy. But today, the source of that democracy is Greece, and Greece has collapsed. As I'm talking right now, Greece as a nation has collapsed because of economy. What controls the economy is the government. What controls the government is the democracy. It's the democracy that brought about the government, and the government is the one that is controlling and managing the economy. So ideas of people are not what will make you successful or great, but God's precepts. And God's precepts are what we call great, because God's precepts are information that is proven. Okay, information that is proven is what we call God's precepts. And God's precepts are found in Psalm 119 verse 104. Psalm 119 verse 104. You can find God's precepts there. David said, I got understanding from your precepts. So understanding comes from God's precepts. Understanding doesn't come from concepts. So education is not what you should be disturbing yourself more about. It's good to have education, but don't rely on education. It's good to know precepts, and precepts are from God. So get information from God and you'll be excellent on earth. God bless you.